everybody. So I just did a video kind of talking about my stove a little bit, rambling about it as usual. I'm trying to ramble a little less in this video. I just want to mainly talk about, just kind of the day-to-day use of this stove, and also relative to using it in this trailer, which is, this place is a little over 1,000 square feet. And you can kind of see how big the stove is. It's a homemade stove. I welded it together with some 1/4-inch plate. As you can see, it puts off plenty of heat for the cat. But yeah, I welded this together. It's simple. It's not nearly the most efficient, but it does the job, okay? This is just a simple box with a hole in the front for wood and the hole in the back for smoke, okay? With a damper on it, of course. But so as far as the day-to-day use of the thing, now look, I installed this about 1.5 years ago. Now when I bought this trailer, it had a furnace installed. So I still have a furnace going in here. It's natural gas furnace. And I'll just tell you kind of how I use this thing during the winter. Is I've got my furnace set to just below 60. Okay, it's about how it just on this thing, it's about as low as I can set it, and it still kick on. So I got my furnace set as low as possible because when I'm gone during the day, especially on cold days, I got to keep stuff from freezing up here. Because also this trailer, believe it or not, is got some, it needs a little TLC. It's a little drafty. When it gets really cold, you can really tell just how drafty it is too. So the house isn't the most efficient as far as keeping heat in. The stove's not the most efficient as far as, not blasting through wood. But all in all, it gets it done, right? When I'm home, this stove is all that's putting off heat. The furnace never runs once I get the stove going. And it gets plenty hot in here. And it's also with the aid of moving that air around, okay? And that's kind of the second thing to running these stoves, is you need a way to move the air around, because just relying, the heat is all coming from this one source. It's not like a furnace where it's all blowing throughout the house. The heat is coming from right here. As this metal box heats up, the heat is coming off of that. So, as you can see, we've got a fan back here, all right? And this is drawing that hot air that rises and is up at the ceiling and throws it into the back bedroom there. Now, is it as warm back there as it is out here in the living room? No, it's not. But also, it's the bedroom, so it's not bad because you're in bed, tucked in some covers back there, and it's fine. So, but like I said, I do still run the furnace here. When I sell this place, I move and I get some land and I put up my own place, and it's sealed up good, and I have a nicer stove, because this is kind of a semi-permanent thing. As you can see how it's installed, this is really more of a shop stove. And when I do get out and I build my own little cabin or whatever, I'm going to be getting a nice wood stove to put in it. Also, I'm going to be building the thing, so I'm going to make sure it's sealed up nice, and you don't have all those things working against you, like losing air, or a stove that just burns up wood, and that is hard to manage the airflow in, okay? Because that's kind of how you work these things, is you're trying to have as little air going, because the more air that goes in, the more of your wood it's going to burn up, okay? And the more heat that goes out the chimney, if you have your damper running wide open, your damper is a flap inside your chimney, okay? And it's kind of like this right now, just over a 45. So that just that's opening and closing your chimney, your flue or your chimney there. Okay, so if you have that wide open, your heat will go right out. Okay, and you're not going to feel much heat from this thing. So you need to close this as much as possible while still maintaining airflow, so that air can move through there and burn the wood. But also you can't have too little or your fire will go out. Now with these newer, more efficient stoves, it takes a lot less finagling to do that. But with something like this, which is, like I said, just a simple, you know, this is frankly a tent stove for like a big tent. But you got to manage it. So sometimes, you know, if I really need to get it going, I'll crack the door open a little bit, you know, and you can just see that flame come right up as you open that door, and all that air rushes in there. It just instantly sets that wood on fire. So sometimes if I need to juice up the fire a little bit, if it's getting low and I need to get some heat going, I'll crack this door and let some air flow in there and really get her going, okay? So that's kind of, I don't know, that's kind of the gist of, you know, run it in here. Like I said, this place is a little over 1,000 square feet. Does it do the job? Yeah. Now, when it gets 0 degrees, is it chilly in here? Sure. But, you know, if you're running a house with a wood stove, I'm going to tell you right now, you're just going to have to buckle in and buckle up and probably throw a sweatshirt on. You know, you're going to need to walk around the house in some socks and some slippers and during the winter time, and, you know, but that's fine. That's fine. So I wouldn't trade it. I love the heat from the wood stove. I don't know how to explain it. You know how everyone says that they heat you from the inside. But you know, I like the stove. I like the smell. I like stoking the fire. I said it in the last video. The peace of mind. Look, your wood stove. It's pretty hard for a wood stove to break down. And in an emergency, I can get some wood out of my backyard. I'm probably not going to find a propane tank in my backyard. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's kind of how I do things day to day, though, is, you know, I have that furnace set real low on the cold days. And, you know, when I get home, I fire this thing up and get some heat going and get it nice and cozy and toasty in here and get some coffee going, and that's that. Oh, also, so you'll see these kettles on top of the stoves a lot. In case you're always wondering what those are, that's to put humidity back in the air. That's to put moisture back in the air. When a wood stove really dries out the air, okay? So you put this kettle on there, you fill it with water, and steam just kind of comes out of it and puts moisture back in the air. And yes, it does absolutely make a huge difference, okay? It definitely makes a huge difference, and I wouldn't, you can definitely tell when it's been out of water and you didn't check it, because your nose will start drying up and stuff like that. So just one of those. It's a cast iron kettle, you know, but it definitely makes a big difference. So other than that, that's kind of how it is. My experience running it in 1,000 square foot trailer. So look, if you guys are installing stoves, of course, be safe. You know, you just don't take any shortcuts with these things. Alrighty, you can't take any shortcuts. I've got the hearth built on the bottom there, that tile hearth. I've got the backer there with, I got cement board and hardy board and metal. Cut out the carpet, put hardy board down, tile on top of that. I've got a nice chase built that this 4-inch pipe runs through a 6-inch chase. This is cement board here. Okay, you just can't take any shortcuts on these things. All right, so be safe. stay warm, and I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you very much for watching.